Well, it is Tuesday. I don't even know what date it is. No idea. May something. 1st of May. I'm in Pennsylvania. Public land. Hiking back into a spot. I've never turkey hunted it, but I've deer hunted it a little bit. Scouted it several times. And just about every time I've been back here, I've seen multiple gobblers. I was in here around into March or so. Sometime in March anyway. And saw just piles of birds. Heard a bunch. So there's 3 big ridge points that dump down into a creek bottom. And it's about 1.25 miles back. I'm getting in here super early. It's one thing I've learned about public land, especially turkey hunting. It seems people are a little more diehard about turkeys than they are deer sometimes. But I always want to be the first one at the parking lot. So I figured I'd just hoof it back here, get on this ridge point, and listen. If I hear something, I should have room to move. If not, I got room to run and gun all morning, so.
As daylight broke, I could hear several gobblers in the distance, but none that were close enough to really go after. So after a while, I decided to make a move and cross the steep creek drainage in hopes of striking a bird up mid-morning.
I found fresh tracks in the road, like real fresh. Definitely big gobbler track. So there's a well pad up here. I'm sneaking in below it right now. I'm gonna get just below this little field and call.
When I struck this bird, I was not in a great spot, and I feel the thick brush surrounding this field kept him from coming in. So I moved on him after roughly half an hour, but never heard from him again.
Alright guys, May 9th. I'm on Pennsylvania public land again this morning. So the other morning I hunted in this area. I walked like 1.5 miles to get back into this big creek drainage. And throughout the morning I ended up on this side of this piece of public, and all the birds seemed like they were on this side. So I parked in another spot this morning, and I only had like a couple 100-yard walk to where I'm gonna listen. And I'm kind of up on a high spot between several points, ridge points. So I'm gonna shut this camera off and try to stay quiet, not light up my face too much with this camera. So we'll see what happens. I had a close call in here with a gobbler the morning that I hunted it. I was within 50 yards of him, but I just had too much crap between me and him, and he wouldn't come through it. So I'm hoping to run into him or one of the other ones I heard this morning. So we'll see what happens.
Once again, as it started getting light, I could hear several gobblers in the distance and one within a few 100 yards on the ridge above me. So I slipped in as tight as I could and got set up. After a while of not hearing anything, I moved up the ridge and set up again, closer to where the bird was roosted.
So I was sitting, and a bird started gobbling, and he was a long, long way off. And I sat there and listened to him, and he gobbled and gobbled and gobbled. So I was like, you know what, I can't stand it. I'm gonna go try to get on him. So I just ran probably half mile. This bird may be on private, but I'm gonna slip in here on the edge. On this field is public or private. The woods is public, so I'm gonna slide in here on the edge of this field. I don't know exactly where he's at. Man, he was gobbling a bunch though by himself. So I'm just gonna ease my way down in here, see if I can't find him.
I set up for roughly an hour, hoping the gobbler would give away his position, but he never did. So once again, I made a move, and my luck was about to change.
Freaking public land, PA, baby. Jeez. Jeez. Well, that's a wrap in Pennsylvania. Nice, probably 2-year-old bird. I called, and this bird gobbled, and he was like 60 yards away, right on the edge of this field up here. But the way this knob rolls over, I'm on the back side of the knob, so it's like a perfect situation. So kept my cool. I tend to lose my crap sometimes whenever a bird gobbles that close, but I didn't make another call. I just slipped up here, sat down on this big poplar tree here, which is 20 yards from the crest of that hill. So I knew if he popped up right here anywhere, he's in shotgun range. So I sat down, called again. He answered, and he was closer. I was like, he's definitely coming. So I shut up for a little bit. Didn't hear anything. Scratched some leaves. Still didn't hear anything. I called one more time, and he cut me off, and he was right there, 30 yards away. So luckily, I was self-filming. Self-filming turkey hunts is so hard. This is my third bird this year. My 2 West Virginia birds I didn't get on camera, just for whatever reason, different issues, camera issues, battery issues, you name it. I've had problems this year, but I got my camera set up, and he popped up right where I expected him to. Made a good shot and put him down right there. It was actually 3 gobblers, or there was 3 turkeys. I assume the other 2 were gobblers as well. I'll have to watch the footage and see, but he was the first one to pop up, had a bright red head. Snood was hanging way down. I knew he was a gobbler as soon as he popped his head up. It's my first Pennsylvania public land bird, and he's all beat up. His fan's just destroyed. But he's got about 1-inch long spurs and probably about a 10-inch beard, 10-inch beard. So, real good bird. I'm definitely thrilled to get one on public land. It's definitely a lot of work, but makes the early mornings worth it. So that was awesome. I'm super excited.